This when perception.
Let's see if he talks about the team's structure more.
Even if pack to a problem. Necessarily
like, for me, items and runes are like a C tier problem. Like number one problem. Let's tier all their problems. Okay, number one problem for me is owners pathing and the way that they play around jungle. They're never interacting with the jungle at the right time. They're never diving lanes that are supposed to be dove. They never skip camps and set up 4-man plays as a team. The only time we saw them set up a 5-man play was this fucking terrible 5-man play bot in game number 2, where they just completely inted under the turret and almost lost the entire game. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2, I would say, is they're set up around objectives. Like when they get around an objective, you could tell that they just have no idea of like where to put vision, what vision pockets to create, like how to leverage that, who needs to be on a flank, when they can go in, who has the correct abilities to turn. That's a big one. When they start playing in a team fight, it feels like they're just like kind of throwing their abilities and it's like, oh, I'm on this guy. I hit this guy with this. Like, it's not like, yo, we need to wait until I have ability 1, you have ability 2, and this guy has ability 3. And when we have all those at the same time, we go forward, we use our abilities together to try to make something happen. Okay, we missed, we hit, what happened there? Okay, now we change our mentality. We miss those abilities. We back off, we wait. We like cede some distance, we cede some room, and then once we have our abilities back up, we re-enter together. Like, there's no like push and pull. Like, it's just like, it's some solo queue fighting bullshit where everyone's just doing their things and they're like trying to hit their skills on a target that it makes sense for them to hit a skill on, and then if they hit, cool. If they don't, cool. And then you just call the name of the person that got hit with the fucking ability. That's what it looks like. So just look at like where we're positioning. Like here, I'll mute this and I'll give my own take on this fight because he's going to be talking about items, but I'll just talk about like the positioning of this. All right, so look at the beginning of this fight. So Zeus is basing, he has TP, right? So Zeus wants to base before he TPs because I assume he has some type of item, maybe he has a Sterix gauge. Okay, so you just had your LeBlanc go forward and try to poke somebody, and he did a portion of their health, but now he has his abilities on cooldown. So this is a time where you don't want to be like walking up yet. Like, why are we Sejuani ulting? Look at where we're Sejuani ulting. Okay, so this guy's on cooldown. Zeus is top lane. He still needs the base TP, and look at when owner throws ulti. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is the type of shit that I'm watching that I'm like, this team is a bad team. They're not a good team right now, because when you have this Sejuani ult, you want to be using it when other people can hit. Guma is he's nowhere close to be able to hit. Zeus is not base, he hasn't TP'd yet, and Poby has nothing on cooldown. What are we Sejuani ulting? The Dragon's at 8k, so you can't even make the argument that he's like afraid that they're going to finish Drake and they're going to get soul, and you're ulting this in order to try to like stall them out so Zeus has time to TP. It's actually just worthless. So then you waste your ult, okay. You waste your ult. Poby still has cooldowns. He needs to kill this pink ward. Like, we hook the Gragas, and then we lantern, and then we box him, right? Imagine if we had Sedge ulti now, by the way. Poby is not able to get on the side. Zeus is still not in the fight, bro. It's been a 4v5 this whole time. It's just been a 4v5 this whole time. It's been a 4v5, and now we're down what? We're down Jinx ult, we're down Carrier's ult, we're down Sejuani ult. And this is like the beginning of it, man. Like this is the first second that Zeus is actually in here. And then Zeus should know, okay, we have nothing. We just used everything. Like, we have no hook. Like, we just used all of our cooldowns. And then Zeus goes in when everyone else has no cooldowns. Think about how disjointed this entire fight is, bro. And now he's in there. Who has anything? No one has anything. So what can they do? Like, we can auto a couple times. Nice. And now the guy is dead. If you just think about the cooldown usage of major cooldowns in the fight for bro, look on the other side of things. Like, bro is literally just a better team. Okay, we get hooked. All right, we're saving ults, so we have Skarner ult. We're saving Skarner ult for a good time in the fight. We're saving Gragas ult for a time where you need to knock the Jinx away. You're saving a Azir ult to potentially play around the Jax as well, because Jax is really fed, and Effort is holding his ult for a good time where he can get a multi-man CC, right? Okay, they hooked, they boxed, they ignited the Gragas ults Gumayushi away. Okay, cool. We still have Skarner ult, we still have Azir ult, we still have Rakan ult. Now, when Zeus comes into the fight, they know, hey, this is like the strongest guy in the game. We're going to make sure that he doesn't get to play. Boom, Azir ult. Like, even though bro misplays mechanically here, the fact that they just waited for the right times to use their abilities was more important than their accuracy with the abilities in and of itself. And here you go. Like, look at this. They have Skarner ult. They have Azir ult. It wasn't even done well. Azir's ulting him off. Skarner's ulting him in. He's bouncing all around. The Rakan W misses. Like, it's all over the place. But either way, they end up killing the guy because they waited for the right time to use their abilities together. And then now you look at the fight and it's just unplayable. Like, this is the biggest problem. This is okay, we're reorienting it. This is the biggest problem on T1. The team fight ability usage is absolutely terrible right now. That's problem number one. And problem number two is like early game pathing, playing around the jungler, synergy with lanes, being in the right place at the right time. Those are their problems. Like, you could build whatever items you want in the whole game as Gumayusi here, but the items are not going to change the way you use your abilities. That's my take on T1's biggest issue. Like, this has got to change. If they don't change this, it's going to be rough. And I don't know if like it's a Faker thing, bro. Like, can Faker make this change? Because we saw T1 using abilities poorly, even in like the finals versus Genji. Maybe they'll get some like they'll get some morale boost. They'll get that honeymoon phase again when Big Daddy Faker comes back to help everyone and make everyone feel okay in the games. But overall, man, this is not good. They have to fix this problem.